I love gaming. From FPS shooters to indie games, I've had many experiences and loved them all. I've played a plethora of games, ranging from multiplayer games, Lego games to even Skylanders. However, over the past few years, I've probably dabbled less and less into different types of games. And when I did, for the first while it felt great, but after a short period of time, the itch I tried to scratch would slowly come back. It's not the games that's the problem. Over the past few years, many great games have released. I tried them but never found the commitment to fully complete them because halfway through each, I would always return to one game in particular that years later still clutches me harder than Gollum held the one ring to rule them all. Eldenring, one of the best games to have ever been released and personally my favourite of all time. I was late to the bandwagon and got Eldenring nearly a year later, nearly a year after it released in January of 2023. It was my first time playing a Souls-like. My only prior experience with the series was a conversation with a friend in late 2017 about Dark Souls 3. I saw the hype on multitudes of videos online and the reputation of difficulty that accompanied it, so I went into Elden Ring thinking I've played hard games before, this shouldn't be too much. As you can imagine, I got absolutely humbled over and over and over again. Every defeat felt like a personal attack on my ego, and as you can imagine, after countless deaths, a slight bit of rage accompanied my failures. However, despite my insults and fake threats to uninstall a series of binary code, I pressed onward with my stubbornness refusing to let me quit. After the failures persisted for a while, I decided to explore, level up, and return stronger than ever before where I failed once again. Another period of time passed and finally began to click. I understood what was happening and reacted accordingly, yielding my first victory. I don't know if it was a success or the adrenaline pumping through my veins, but I felt on top of the world like I could achieve anything. I continued onwards into Stormfield Castle, where this feeling of victory fleet faster than a deer, and I got humbled by a bird more than once, might I add. Throughout the game, this repetitive process of try, fail, learn, try again and succeed followed me every step of the journey. With each new step, I loved the game all the more. I had so much passion for the world and its lore. I spent nearly 100 hours doing quest lines and exploring the world from its highest peak to its deepest depths. When I came to the final boss of Elden Ring, Radagon and the Elden Beast, I struggled for nearly 2 weeks against this boss until the moment I won and became Elden Lord. Upon beating Elden Ring, I had this weird sense of relief and joy, a type of joy that had not one single ounce of regret in the time spent achieving it. After this, I did the only sane thing and repeated the journey again by going into NG+1 to run it back against those who made me suffer for several hours. I even went on to make new characters. A dexterity focused samurai, a Walter White inspired crystal mage, even Mike Tyson faith build, which would eventually become my favourite type of character to build into. I didn't really care about or play other games at this point. I just wanted to experience Lands Between even more and learn about the deep lore that it thrives on. Since then, I tried nearly all of the other Souls games, aside from Demon's Souls and Bloodborne. However, despite enjoying and beating all of these games, I didn't feel the same. So a year later, when I saw the Elden Ring DLC was releasing, I was beyond excited. It was around this time I thought I may as well bite the bullet and start posting content about what I'm passionate about. Over the course of 2 years, from then in 2024 to now, I've probably posted over 1,000 videos on TikTok. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows though, as I did have a few successful and viral videos. The amount of failures outweighs this number tenfold. However, being as stubborn as I am, I continued onward, posting every day, eventually building up a following of 32,000 on TikTok, 1,000 on Instagram, and now over 500 on YouTube. I did at one point have 5,000 here, but that channel was unfortunately deleted, and I have now begun to rebuild it. The point is, this one game has to some degree altered my brain or my perception of failures. I no longer see a failure as a permanent outcome, but an opportunity to learn, try again and succeed. If you made it this far, I would just like to say thank you very much for watching. I don't know what drew you to this video, but you all have my utmost thanks and appreciation for being here. Finally, I would just like to ask you consider subscribing for more and liking the video. Both help out in ways you can't imagine. So until next time, I wish you all the best.